Well, hello campers, welcome back to the channel. Guess what? Do you remember this bad boy? Good old CB, we are back out on her. Stay tuned, see you in a minute. Okay, let's go. One thing I miss most about this, the power is immense. And you've got to love the quick shifter. Gotta love the quick shifter. It just feels odd being on it. After being on the VFR the last few times, it feels really odd going back on this again. But you realise just how much you love it and how much you miss it. That's just a wee quick video tonight. I want to set you a challenge. You've maybe seen me talk about the torque on the CB1000R and how for an inline 4000cc bike that low down torque is just phenomenal. And I wanted to just give that a key point, and I covered this in one of my videos way back, not long after I got the CB. I covered a wee video on, and I covered a section on the video where it doesn't matter what gear you're in or what speed you're doing, if that makes sense. Probably not, but I know what I'm thinking. It just has so much up and go about it. And the challenge I'm setting is, how low can you go? So I want you to find a stretch of road and see in 6th gear the lowest speed that you can do without the bike starting to top out, shake, ready to stall, all that kind of stuff, where obviously when it stalls you've had it. But just to see what kind of lowest speed that you can get in 6th gear. And I just want to demonstrate that, because I think this will top a lot of bikes out there. I haven't got a Scooby when it comes to smaller cc bikes, 125s, all that kind of thing. But I can only go by what I see this bike doing. And I'm going to find a wee stretch of road and I'm going to demonstrate that to you. Now, the lowest I've managed to get this bike to in 6th gear previously, and I've only tried it once, was 29 miles an hour in 6th gear. And it wasn't like it was even thinking about stalling. It was quite happy to sit at that speed. So here we go, there's nothing behind me and I'm going to attempt it. So I'm at 50 miles an hour, I'm in 6th gear, you can see, because it says 6. So let's do it. $31, $30. 17 miles an hour. I'm in 6th gear at 17 miles an hour, and the bike is just ticking over. 16, 17. miles per hour. I'm now coming up to a bend, so I really need to start picking up the speed. But you did see it go to 16, so let's just go with that. Now, I'm not even going to go down a gear. What's this? What do you think of that? If you're thinking of buying one of these bikes, then I've got very little bad things to say about it. The fact that you can just sit at that speed in 6th gear and just open it up. A lot of bikes would do the whole chug 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 and possibly even stall, but not the CB. This thing is short of amazing. So yeah, it's good being back out on it. I think the beauty of this bike is that you can just sit on it and relax and chill on it, and if you really want to, just drop it a couple of pegs and it turns into an animal. I'm actually quite happy to just sit here right now. One thing I've noticed compared to the VFR is the mirrors are shit. The mirrors just don't give you a lot of visibility, and that's just the style of bike. It's nothing against the CB, and I know these aren't the original mirrors. God, that's a tough ride. I know these aren't the original mirrors, but they're similar. I don't think the standard mirrors do much cop either, from what I've read and what I've heard. Let's go through the wee town of Kilwinning. The wee town I grew up in. Many moons ago that was, and I've never really strayed from it. I can remember where that college is. There used to be a wee house that sat there, and that's where we bunked off. That's where we'd miss the odd period from school, and we'd go and we'd go into that old house that had no roof on it, or had no slates on the roof, and it had no floor above, so we used to climb up onto the rafters, find a wee section and just hide in there. Now, the stupid thing, when you look back now, the stupid thing about it was that the school sits right behind it, and the fact there was no slates on the roof, and if you were in the school you could blatantly see right through the house, and we're bunking off in there. Oh God, oh dear, terrible. But yeah, so that was us many moons ago. That was. I just keep looking at these mirrors. I'm terrible with mirrors when it comes to, they've just got to be right. I think they're fine. I think I'm seeing enough out of them. That's all that matters. You know, I've got to tuck my elbows in. So listen, thanks for watching. Just a wee quickie tonight back on the CB, the old trusty. And I will see you guys and you gals in the next video. It shouldn't be too much longer till I get out for a decent run. So take care, and I'll see yous later. Cheers. Just hate these guys that just pull out like that.